Hey y'all, it's Rolanda and I'm back with another video. I know I'm not in my usual spot, but it is what it is. I was doing my hair and I decided that you guys needed a life update. I know the entire month of August I did not upload any video. I was recording them, but life was still life in me, and I just couldn't find the energy to do anything besides recording them. And this is why. School has been just kicking my butt this year. And I don't have the energy for anything. I don't. If I could give y'all any advice, and I mean this with love, don't get a doctorate. If your job don't require it, if your pay difference not gonna change by much, don't do it. Don't. Just don't. Unless one, there's gonna be a huge pay difference because the way this economy is set up, yeah. And two, if you have a support system. And by support system, I mean family, I mean friends, and I mean a therapist. If you don't have all three, do not do it. It's rough. It is rough. By the way, the products I'm using for my wash and go is the Bread hair cream. And I'm trying to give this one last try. I think this will be the last time I use it and I'll be on E. But the hair cream and the hair gel. But like I was saying, if you don't have a support system, do not fix your mouth to even say that you got to go get a doctorate. Because it's beyond overwhelming. Honestly, had it not been for my support system, I don't know how I would have made it this far. Right now, I'm working on chapter 3. I have a total of 5 chapters in the oral defense before I'm done. But I'm working on chapter 3, and okay, you ain't gotta be that loud, Jill. And it's been a struggle. It's been overwhelming. It's just everything you can think of. It's just. And I'm so thankful for my support system, for me to have made it as far as I have. Because there was many times where I was like, you know what? 2 degrees is good enough. It's good enough. I don't need to do this. I'm good. But I'm also using this gel as well. But I'm also not a quitter. I'm very competitive, and I like to finish what I start. But this degree right here is whooping your girl's tail. But let me break it down to you, because I'm serious when I say if it's not going to benefit you in the long run, don't do it. So I have a dissertation committee, obviously. I have the dissertation chair. I have the academic reader, and I have the subject matter expert. And then there's me, right? So you have me, little me, that is writing this dissertation. It's a topic I'm passionate about. But you have little me writing the dissertation. You have my dissertation chair who reads what I write. makes her suggestions, then makes her her little input on everything, suggestion, input, same thing, but whatever. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. She does what she do, right? Then I can go back once she do her part and give her little input and make the changes if I feel that those changes need to be made. Alright, so that's 2 people that's already done did what they need to do, right? And there's the subject matter person. And I don't know if the academic reader also has her hands in the pot. I'm not sure what she do. And I can say this is because half of chapter 1 and chapter 2, my dissertation chair was out. So that caused a bunch of chaos in my life because with her being out, she didn't review what I submitted, and the person that took over, which was my academic reader, she took over and she made her suggestions and her changes. So we have that. And then once we finally got to it, or through with chapter 1, I submitted it to my subject matter expert, or the SME. And she has her suggestions and her thoughts and her opinions, and she wants those changes to be made as well. So here's the thing. I can dispute those changes if I want to, and some of them I do, but there's so many hands in the pot, and I don't think people realize how overwhelming that is. So I don't know how, but it had to be nothing but God to help me get through chapter 1, because with my dissertation chair being out for half of the chapter and my academic reader taking over for her, and she's not really knowing what was up with all the changes that was already made, and then she's making other changes. She's only going by what she knows. So, I mean, it is what it is. But anywho, once she got involved and she told me to submit it to my subject matter expert, because she's the subject matter expert is the person I think has the last say so before I can move on to the next chapter or whatever. Well, I can always work on any chapter I want, but whatever. But once the subject matter expert said what she had to say for chapter 1, and I met with the academic reader, because at this time the dissertation chair is already out still, the subject matter expert was like, no, we're not changing that, and we're going to leave it at that. So we got these issues, right? So chapter 2 comes along, and my dissertation chair is still out, but I'm still working with my subject matter expert. Chapter 2 has to be between 30 and 60 pages. 30 and 60. Talk about overwhelming. 30 to 60 pages. And by this time, only thing I want to do is just sleep, because it's a lot. And again, if you don't have a support system, do not do it. Because I legit just wanted to sleep. Every time I open up my laptop, and I'm bringing my laptop to work, I do nothing at work. I mean, that's how slow it is at work. So I'm bringing my laptop to work. I'm working on it at work. I'm working on it at home. I'm trying to have like a little breaks in between, but I just want to be done, right? So chapter 2 comes along, and in the midst of me doing chapter 2, I'm not informed that my dissertation chair is back and she has taken over again. So now we got different hands in the pot again. I mean, they all the same hands, but you know, different roles. So I say all that to say, trying to be doctoral is a lot. It is a lot. I mean, I know it's something that I've wanted to do since forever. I've always said I was going to be a doctor, and that was never an argument there. I did say I was going to be a medical doctor. Obviously, biology pre-med was my major in undergrad. So I was determined to be a medical doctor. But when I went and got my master's, it kind of transitioned to me wanting to be a psychologist instead. So I always knew this is what I wanted to do. But the doctorate programs, I feel like it's meant to break you and only the strong survive. I don't know. I don't know if that's just... I don't know. But what I do know, and I've said it multiple times, if you do not have a support system, a huge part of my support system is my sister. As y'all know, I live in Texas, and the closest family I have, okay phone, who you? Absolutely not. The closest family I have to me is in Houston and in Arkansas. And I go see my Arkansas family a couple of times a year. I don't really care for Houston. Only been there twice. But I go see my Arkansas family at least twice a year, a minimum. But my sister and a lot of my other family member lives back home in Chicago. So when she FaceTimes me, I get to see my family. And that helps me a lot. I believe I told her that. I don't remember if I told her that, but that helps me tremendously. Because this program I don't even know what to say. It's overwhelming. It is a lot. It is stressful. It has got me filled with anxiety. It's a lot. And I'm not making this to make y'all not want to get y'all degrees, because I mean, I am a huge advocate of furthering your education if it's what you really want to do. But I'm also a huge advocate of a support system and self-care. So with that being said, my sister makes sure I see my family every Saturday when we have our FaceTime, and we just catch up and kiki on everything. And I get to see my nieces, I get to see my brothers, you know, I just get to see everybody that I don't get to see on a regular. So we have that. But the other thing is, and it's something that I preach about so much to my clients, and to anybody that will listen. The other thing is having some self-care. And since I moved to Dallas, I moved to Dallas November 2019. Pandemic happened March 2020, right? So I wasn't really able to establish anything here. And honestly, I'm kind of glad I didn't. However, that was a gift and a curse, because when I was living in Arizona, my self-care was pole fitness. I was doing that 3-4 times a week, and I was teaching. So when I wasn't teaching, I was going into classes, or I was just doing it on my own. I don't have that here. yes, there are pole classes, but I don't really have a studio that I go to. So my self-care is like non-existent. When I was living in my townhouse, when I first moved here, I bought a pole so that I could continue. Since the pandemic was like, absolutely not. So I bought a pole and I said, you know what? I'm going to get my pole classes in that way, because by that time all pole classes were online, and I can, well, the pole classes that I will attend were online. I don't know what it was in Dallas. I really didn't care. I was going to the classes that were provided in Arizona because I knew the instructor. Obviously, I worked there. So I was doing that for a while. Then I moved to a place that didn't have like really tall ceilings, so I couldn't put my pole back up because I have a pole stand, or not, now I can't even think of it, an X stage. So if you saw my video for my birthday, I think I did last year, that pole, that is the pole that I would have to have up because I don't want to use the other one, and I don't have space for it. So that means no self-care as far as pole studios. So in August, I decided that I was going home. Or I decided, usually I go home in July, but I was like, can't go home in July because a lot of stuff was going on. As far as me trying to schedule my hair appointment, I just couldn't get that to work with my schedule. Okay, fine, stay down there. I couldn't get that to work on my schedule, but I need to go home. So what I decided to do, since my hairstylist is back home, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go home and I'm just gonna have a weekend of self-care. I'm gonna meet my new niece, my sister's daughter that I FaceTime with, and see my other babies and get some self-care in. What does that consist of? I went to get my hair colored. As you can see, the new color. You probably already seen it because I probably already uploaded other videos, but I went to get my hair colored. I went and got a facial, and that facial was everything. That was my first time getting a facial. I've always purchased the products from my friend because she is an esthetician and she has products, but with me living in Dallas and her place being back home, it's not easy for me, because another one, my schedule was never lining up with her schedule either. It's not easy for me to get my facial. And I'm just gonna be honest, I don't trust nobody but the people that I've known for years to do my hair and my face. So if I was gonna do any of those things, I was going home. That's what I did. I went home, I went and got my hair colored, and my stylist was like, you know what, I'm thinking of some new colors. Now, I am no stranger to color. I done had blonde, I've had red, I've had purple, I have blue, I've had green, I've had teal, I've had copper. You name it, I've had it. So I'm no stranger to color. So when she said she wanted to do some new colors, I'm like, you think I'm about to tell you no? Go ahead. Be my guest. Be my guest. Because one thing I will say is that as long as I'm not stressed out, oh, I take care of my hair. I take care of my hair. And I think with me having color while in this program, it helps me to focus on treating my hair with care too, because I know that stress breaks my hair off. I know that color can damage your hair if you're not taking care of it properly. So that was my motivating factor to make sure that I take care of my hair. And Kyra, she does amazing. She focuses on natural hair, and she is like the queen of color, especially blondes. I might have her do a blonde next time. We'll see. We'll see. Let's enjoy this color right now. But she specializes in blondes too, but natural hair. So I've known Kyra since high school, so I've been able to follow her work over the years, and I just knew that she would be the one to do my hair. I just knew that. And then Brandy, the owner of Bare & Lush Co., I've known since undergrad. So I've got to watch her journey as well with being an esthetician, and she has her own business. Kyra and Brandy both have their own businesses. I love the Black Girl Magic. But that was my self-care as far as my face and my hair goes. Then I decided I wanted to get a pedicure. The last time I got a pedicure, maybe 6 years ago, because I don't like dealing with a lot of people, and I don't like how some people clean those places. So I went to this black-owned place, and I got a jelly pedicure for the first time, and let me tell you something, that felt so good. That felt so good. And the person that did my toes, another Aries, just had to throw that out there, but the person that did my toes, she was such a sweetheart, and she actually sells like body butters. So I purchased that because I'm huge on supporting Black-owned businesses. If you haven't figured that out by now, then I don't know what to tell you, but I'm huge on supporting Black-owned businesses. So she had that, and that trip home was just what I needed. So between going home, spending time with my family, getting my hair colored, getting a facial, and getting a pedicure, when I tell you I really like that jelly pedicure, I was like, okay, when I come back to Dallas, unfortunately, when I come back to Dallas, I have to find me a place that does it. So I found a few places out here. I don't think any of them are Black owned, but I found a few places out here. So I will be doing that one day. Who knows when, but I will be doing that because I want to start implementing more self-care. I used to get massages once a month. Pandemic ruined that for me. I was going to the pole studio a couple of times a week. Pandemic ruined that for me. But now that everything is open and I'm feeling more comfortable doing things, it's time I start doing things. So no, I will not find me a hairstylist here in Dallas. As long as I can, I will always go back home to get my hair done, especially when it comes to color. I think I am going to try a stylist to get my little silk press, and y'all pray for me because I don't trust people, but I am going to find a stylist out here to get my silk press. But my esthetician will stay back home unless she moves, and I'll follow her. I mean, I'll follow her. But as far as color goes, if your name is not Kyra Brown, you're not touching my hair when it comes to the color, because nobody's better than her. I don't care. Don't care. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with everything. If you are thinking about getting your doctorate, by all means, I'm not going to stop y'all from doing that because I want everybody to achieve whatever goal it is in life that you're trying to achieve. Now, I don't want y'all to take this video as me saying don't do it, even though I said don't do it like a million times. I did say don't do it, but if you're going to do it, have a support system, have some self-care. I'm starting to see why my dissertation chair, one of the first things she said was, because I try to meet with her once a month, one of the things she said was take breaks. And my thought process was like, absolutely not. I'm trying to be done. I want my freedom. But I understand it now. I do. I still want to be done because I feel like I put so much on hold, and I hate that for myself. But I'm starting to realize breaks are needed, and that's just something I have to deal with. So when people ask me, when are you going to be done? My answer now is I don't know. I'll be done when I'll be done at this point, because I no longer know when I'll be done. But if you're going to do it, if you don't have a support system of self-care, it's a wrap. It's not going to work for you. Like I said, I don't stop anybody from getting an education because I want everybody to succeed in whatever that may be. Whatever you see success for you, that is success. I can't speak on success for you. I can only go by what I know for me and what success looks like for me. I made a promise to my nana before she passed that I was going to finish my doctorate, and I'm going to do that. So that's where we're at with that. But anywho, I will come back so you guys can see the final results. Like I said, I used the Bread hair cream, the Bread hair gel, and the Wetline Gel as well. So we gonna see what this do. My hair has not liked products that has glycerin unless it's mixed with other products, I've noticed. So we may be on to something, but I'll be back. All right, so these are the final results, and I definitely need to always use another product if I'm going to use glycerin products. But other than that, I know I said a lot in this video regarding my doctorate journey, a little bit about self-care, a support system. But if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to write them down below, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. But other than that, I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye, y'all.